What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video I will show you another breakdown, quite short breakdown of this huge 57-page document. And it is the lawsuit that was filed by Alan Hensley just several days ago. And it is an extremely interesting document, I have to say, but as usual, as all of the legal documents, it is quite difficult to read, and a lot of people who can explain in simple words just made several breakdowns of this document, and I want to show you just one of them, and it is a very good explanation in my opinion. But before we dive deep into this document, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button and share this video with your friends and family, because it is extremely important to spread this information. And only in this case we can unite and we can win this battle against illegal naked shorters and authorities. So, and let's start with the document itself. Let me show you this Twitter account. It is a Paulus Gratus account, Paul T, as you can see right here. And just several hours ago, he published this update and he wrote: MMTLP, next breach, hydrocarbons, FINRA fraud, counterfeit shares, SEC fraud. My notes summary of Alan Hensley 65's lawsuit to TD Ameritrade, Schwab, GTS and FINRA. And here's just four pages of this document, and let me start one by one. So, Alan owns MMAT and MMTLP. Alan alleges TDA Schwab defendants failed in their fiduciary duty by failing to ensure his securities were genuine registered certificates. Alan alleges that FINRA earned info and belief that GTS and market makers who illegally created, shorted and traded synthetic counterfeit, unregistered and unauthorized share certificate, as well as fraudulently concealed the fact they didn't have the authentic registered share certificates in their possession. MMAT was subject to corporate hijacking by fraudsters with the assistance of the defendants. They knew that the fraud had compromised the DTCC. They have chosen to misrepresent and cover this up. This intentionally harms the interest of retail investors. Alan is seeking prohibitive injunctive relief, monetary settlement and punitive damages. Alan believes and alleges that all defendants are responsible in some manner for the injuries and damages to him. Shares of MMTLP were purchased by Alan in 2022, with the understanding it could be traded until and through December 12, 2022, or wait until MMTLP went private on or about December 14, 2022, and received next breach hydrocarbons shares. Defendants stood behind the legitimacy of MMTLP shares sold. Defendants accepted and acknowledged that MMTLP was to be traded through December 8, 2022, with the commensurate right to obtain the right to either sell MMTLP shares by end of business December 12, 2022, or move the MMTLP shares following their cancellation into next breach hydrocarbons. Alan requested to transfer 74 shares of MMTLP on or about November 8, 2022 to AST. Shares were transferred after an exhaustive process of multiple phone calls. Defendant misrepresented this process and omitted factual information. AST letter was received on November 14, 2022, confirming the transfer was completed. On December 5, 2022, another transfer was requested with the same result in misrepresentation. The previous transfer process failed. It was in fact a DRS transfer, of which is incorrect. Defendants advised the ACAT's request was being initiated and processed. On December 9, 2022, Alan inquired on the transfer progress. He was advised in failed there would be a 2 to 4 week processing time. Alan stated this was unacceptable. Defendant finally reported the reason for the improper transfer type: to buy time for them to assess their needs and concerns with MMTLP, as they had understood that FINRA actions was most certainly coming soon in the next few days from when the transfer was initiated. Defendants stated they needed to protect themselves. By definition, this is a fraud. Alan alleges that the defendants knowingly assisted market makers by selling non-existent shares to him. As the defendants marketed and sold fictitious shares of MMTLP to Alan, while maintaining that shares were legitimate long before December 12, 2022, they knew this was a problem. Alan alleges the defendants knew upward of 300 million illegal non-existent MMTLP shares were outstanding as of about December 3rd, 2022, because MMTLP was going to be cancelled and move into NextBridge hydrocarbons. Defendants knew market makers who illegally shorted MMTLP with the assistance and facilitated by defendants had to cover an enormous number of shares by a specific date, December 12, 2022. Shares they needed to cover their illegal created short positions that didn't exist required covering. This would prove to be impossible. Alan alleges the defendants engaged in the illegal practices with the market makers, as referenced, facilitating the creation of synthetic shares because the market makers supply the defendants with significant income and revenue and regulatory protection. Alan alleges the regulators have been knowingly inept in protecting the rights of investors. Starting on December the 5th, defendants realized it would further risk the entire financial system if they continued to help facilitate the continued shorting of MMTLP. Despite this, the defendants, who were already aware of the improper shorting tactics even during the week of December 5, 2022, continued to help facilitate the shorting of MMTLP shares until the U3 halt. Alan alleges that seeing the defendants' involvement in this criminal enterprise with market makers illegally marketed shares that didn't exist to him on or about December 5, 2022 and prior. Defendants know that, contrary to law, for some reason, that the short market makers would not have to cover their short position legitimately. Alan alleges that before December 8, 2022, the defendants were aware that the trading halt would be put in place on December 8, 2022 at the close of business day. Defendants helped facilitate circumstances where the market maker short sellers didn't have to close and cover the position, potentially saving them billions and putting substantial sums in the pocket of the defendants and directly harming Alan. Defendants have engaged in contact with Alan to reduce the value of his shares to his damages. Defendants' misconduct was known and undertaken with ill will, evil intent, and the specific desire to misappropriate Alan's monies. Alan is seeking to an award of punitive damages, according to proof. As Alan has no idea regarding the legitimacy of what is in his account, as defendants are refusing to account, he feels he has been harmed and is entitled to a complete accounting. Alan further alleges economic loss due to his MMTLP shares not being transferred to AST, the only way to be eligible for the proceeds of the asset sale or dividends. Alan further requests that the court orders the defendants not continue to market, sell or otherwise be involved in any way in the unlawful shorting of stock. Also requests a permanent injunction be ordered to block such illegal conduct prepared by defendants. Alan demands he receive full and fair compensation for the MMTLP or NextBridge hydrocarbons shares. Alan asserts he is entitled to damage plus legal fees as a result of the criminal enterprise between the defendants and the market makers, looking for immediate determination from the court. Alan requests the court find that the defendants are involved in racketeering as a defendant in the federal RICO statutes. And the last page is the references descriptions noted in lawsuit, and there are multiple references, and you can read this last page by yourself, because it is extremely interesting documents you can find right here, and you can find them basically in the internet. So, and I have to say that it is the best summary that I've read so far, and in my opinion, shout out to Paulus Gretus, that he done this amazing due diligence, and he done this amazing work to summarize this massive document that was made by Alan. But this work is amazing. And I have to say that I will continue to do my best in order to help community to win this battle. And if you like my video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends and family, and drop me a line whether or not you want me to continue this fight. So, see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up.